use and owning a gun. This was a huge decision that impacts a lot of marijuana users. The U.S. Supreme Court unanimously deciding that the federal government cannot automatically bar all marijuana users from owning firearms. To talk all about this, we bring in Rob Dorr from the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus. Rob, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Good to see you again.
Okay, so a 9-0 vote. What does this mean for gun owners who may also sometimes participate in marijuana use?
Yeah, it's a huge victory for people who are, lawful users at the state level. What the government was arguing that essentially any cannabis use would make somebody a prohibited person essentially indefinitely without any real guidelines, and the Supreme Court in a unanimous decision overturned that line of reasoning. So anybody who is a casual user is still legal to own and possess firearms. That being said, the court was very clear that being under the influence of a drug is different than just being a casual user. You still can't be under the influence and then possess a firearm.
So where is the line here, though? If you're a regular marijuana user, especially if you're using it for medical purposes, you might be, on a regular dose of marijuana. So how do we determine what is, what's too much and what is legal?
Yeah, it's the same kind of analysis that has to go in with like driving conduct. It's the same type of thing. Is your use to the point where it is impairing your physical abilities? So you're impairing your ability to make rational and safe decisions. So if the government still could charge somebody conceivably under this crime, but the burden would be on them to prove that the person's use of cannabis was in a way such that it impaired their abilities or made them less safe.
And the justices didn't strike down the ban completely, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So, with that means there are some circumstances. This is what's called an as-applied challenge. So a facial challenge would have meant that there's no way that this could be enforced constitutionally. And that's not where the 9 justices landed. They said there are some factual bases where this statute could be applied. For example, somebody who's currently intoxicated with, while carrying a firearm. But they rejected the notion that any cannabis use at all means that you can't ever possess a firearm.
Does this send any signals to you about where the Supreme Court stands on Second Amendment?
I do think it's interesting that it was a 9-0 decision. I think that this is just one of those issues that I think the court's unanimous that the cannabis is around. It's here to stay, and it's going to be in lawful use in most of the states, and the federal government just hasn't caught up there. So I think this is probably more about the limitations of government authority on a lawful use of a lawful product, more so than strong advocacy from a unanimous court towards the Second Amendment.
Now, in a state like Minnesota where recreational use is legal, does this decision apply differently than in a state where marijuana use is still outlawed?
It would, but even here in Minnesota, there are people who are routinely, I've had numerous clients who have been denied carry permits because they are medical cannabis users, and those sheriffs who denied those carry permits were relying on the federal prohibition in order to deny those carry permits. So it will have impacts here on Minnesota, even though Minnesota has legalized cannabis.
Now, like with those individuals that you're referencing, will they now, because of this decision, be able to go back and reapply or appeal the decision?
Yes. So if they're able to reapply or able to appeal, every situation's a little bit unique. But at the end of the day, the sheriffs would no longer be able to rely on this specific prohibition in 922G as a blanket prohibition for them getting their carry permits. The sheriffs would have to be able to substantiate some sort of a unique danger caused by these people, and the court just made that significantly harder for them.
Wow, very interesting. Rob Dorr from the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus, I so appreciate you joining us. Thank you for making the time.
My pleasure. You have a good day.